guys, welcome back to the channel. Very excited to have you here with me today. We are going to be taking a look at two mods. So you guys know that I really enjoy using mods in my game, and I think a lot of you do too, because I always get a lot of positive feedback when I do these mod reviews. So we're going to be looking at a couple of mods that I've come across that I have really been excited about and really have been enjoying in my game, and I think you guys are going to be excited about it too. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First up is the mod queen herself, Kawaii Stacy. We are here on her page. Now, before we jump into it, if you are looking for mods that I have previously reviewed on my channel by Kawaii Stacy and you can't find them on her website, then please go to this link at the top of her page that says missing mods. Click here because there's some information that she shares with us about her mods and the future of her mods and some major changes that she has made to her website. Lots of great information there. I recommend you read that if you're looking for something that you can't find on her site. But right now we are going to take a look at the playable NPC jobs. So this is a fairly new mod and I'm really excited about it because this will allow our Sims to do jobs that normally NPCs can do and we don't have access to. So there's currently 4 that are available. That's the DJ, the market vendor, a maid, and a nanny. There will be more added in the future, but right now we have those 4 options. I'm really excited about the market vendor one. So you do get paid for these. Payments will be determined by your Sim's skill level and that they're actually working. So pretty exciting. It says for the small payments you get $150 to $250, medium $250 to $500, and large payment $750 to $1250. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm going to have this linked in the description down below if you guys want to give this one a try. But right now we're going to hop into game and we're going to check it out. This is Peyton and she's going to help us test out the playable NPC jobs, which I'm really excited about. So to get started, you either need to use the cell phone or the calendar to plan an event. I'm going to use the calendar. We're going to add an event and then we're just going to look for what we want her to do. So she can be a DJ, we can work as a nanny, we can work as a market vendor. And I think the market vendor is the one that I want to try out because it's one of the things that I've always wished our Sims can do. So in order to get paid for these jobs, you do have to do a gold event and you have to reach gold in order to actually make money. So we're going to select this one. We're going to have Peyton be the vendor. And then we need to pick our location. I think it's this one, the Park Tower, that already has the vendors set up in it. If you are choosing a lot that doesn't, you can just add the stalls once you get there and it should work fine. So we're gonna start this right now. It's a rainy day here at the park, but that's okay. So as you can see, while she's taking her selfie to share with her friends, she's got a new job. You automatically get put into the outfit that the vendors normally wear when they are working at a stall, which is pretty cool. So now we just gotta find, okay, here's some stalls here. I'm going to click on this and it says 10 stall. We're gonna click that. Yeah, here she comes. Hopefully Sims will be arriving and wanting to purchase food even though it's raining. But she's acting just like an NPC would to run the stall. Now Peyton is also a teen, so this does work for teen Sims. I don't think it'll work for any Sims younger than teen, but your teams can actually plan these events and make money, which is pretty cool. And if you have the S&B banking mod installed also, then they can keep this money in their own account and kind of plan for their future, which is also pretty cool. So depending on your Sim's level of cooking skill, I think that affects how much money they can actually make while they're working as a vendor. So we only have one specific goal to meet, and that is to 10 to 4 people or 4 Sims at the stall. So once we've served 4 Sims, then we should hit our gold status and we will get paid for this event. So there really isn't a whole lot of interacting that you need to do. Your sim is going to automatically just do what an NPC normally does. They're automatically going to serve the customers as they come. Now, we do get money while your sim is actually handing out the food, and I think that is just the sims paying for, wow, there's a lot of people here. I think that's just the sims actually paying for the food that they're receiving, but your sim will get a payout at the end of the event as well. So that's pretty cool. So we need 2 more sims to serve, and then we should max our event. All right, so we just need 1 more sim. Okay, so we just served our last customer to make it to a gold event just in time for the rain to stop as well, which is pretty cool. All right, so now that we have reached a gold status, I'm gonna go ahead and end this event. Okay, so we should have a buff down here. It says rookie payment from work. Peyton was paid for her shift. She will be paid extra based on your cooking skill level, and money will be entered in your account in 3 hours. So as long as you've reached the gold status on your event, you'll get this buff that tells you that your payment is coming and it will be deposited in your account. So you don't have to run the full event if you don't want to. So when you're ready for your sim to close up shop, you can just cancel the interaction, the stall will close, and your sim can go on their merry way. But we're going to see how much money she actually made working this stall. I think she was only there for a couple of hours, so it didn't really take long. But it does take, I think it said three hours to see how much money we actually made. So Peyton has headed home. She's doing her homework with her brother and sister, but if you hover over the buff, it'll tell you a countdown of when your money is going to get deposited. We've got about 24 minutes left until we find out how much she's made. Okay, so she made 651 simoleons for only doing a couple of hours of work tending to a stall, which is pretty amazing. I did test this out with a adult sim who had a level 10 cooking skill, and they made almost 3,000 simoleons tending the stall. So depending on your sim's skill level and whether they are achieving gold status in the event will determine how much money you can make, but there is a possibility to make quite a bit of money doing these NPC jobs, which is really, really cool. So if you guys are interested in trying out the NPC playable jobs, this is by Kawaii Stacy. I have a link in the description down below so you guys can grab it and put it in your game. Next up, we have the shorter teen preset, and this one is by Navia Sims. So this mod is a bit different than the pre-teen body preset that I recently did a video on. I will have that linked if you guys want to check that one out. But for this particular mod, it is a preset that will change your teen Sims height. So currently in the game, teen Sims look very much like young adult Sims, which for me is a little bit disappointing. I really miss teen Sims actually looking like teens. So this mod will give you the option to change the height of your sim so they're a bit smaller, a little bit more fleshy looking than a young adult, so they have a more youthful appearance. It doesn't change your sim's body type or shape, it's only going to change your sim's height. So whatever shape you want to give to your sim is up to you, and then you can adjust the height with this mod, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead, hop into cast, check this one out, but if you want to try this for yourself in your game, there is a link for it in the description down below. I know for a lot of people, the fact that teen Sims are the same height as young adult Sims is somewhat of an issue. I would prefer that they would be a little bit shorter, but we don't have that currently in the game as it is, but as always, modders have our back. So with this mod, and this one is by Navia Sims, there is a preset that you can use to make your teen sim shorter. Now, this modder also has a whip for a preteen preset. I don't believe it has been released yet, But in the meantime, we're gonna take a look at this version. So there's two settings for this, and there's two ways to actually get to this mod. You can use the forehead section, or you can use the ear section. Now, the modder recommends to use the forehead section because I think there's an issue if your sim puts a hat on. It will remove the mod if you're using the ear preset instead of the forehead. But that is an option if you're interested in that. So we're gonna go ahead and try out. Click on this sim's forehead, and here we see we have two additional options, and this is for the teen's height. Now the difference between the two is related to the teen's bust. You can have one that edits the bust to make it smaller, or you can choose not to. So if we click on this first one, as you can see, her height just changed. So now she's a little bit shorter. If you look at her picture, your sim's head will kind of be lower in their picture on the lower left side of the UI. So her bust has remained the same. It has not been edited. So let's go ahead and try the other one. So this one is going to just remove her bust and make it a little bit smaller. Here, it remained the same. This is what her bust originally looked like. And if we click on this option, it just edits the bust to make it a little bit smaller. It just depends on what you want your teens to look like. According to the information from this mod, there's not a whole lot of issues with interactions because of the change in the sim's height. I think there was a few interactions like floating on the back. If your sim is floating in a pool or in the ocean, they might be a little bit lower in the water than normal, but their face will be above water, thank God. But other than that, I think there might have been some issues with hands not reaching the top of a shoulder when trying to take certain pictures, but not too many things that are going to be affected to where it's just too annoying and you don't want to use the mod anymore. So that is how you change your sim. Now, if you decide you don't want to have your sim be shorter anymore, if you want to do like an age progression before they become a young adult and you want them to be taller, you just come back into Create a Sim and you just select a different forehead and your sim will go back to their normal height. Same for the ears. If you click on the ears, let's see if I can click on her ears here. Her hair is kind of in the way. There we go. So it's also in the ears section. Same thing. If you click on the ears, it's going to change her height. It also has the edit for the bust as well if you would like a smaller bust. And if you don't want to use it anymore, just select an actual ear and it will remove the mod. So let's go ahead and we'll edit her back to have the mod. We'll use this one. So she's shorter, and then we'll hop into game and we'll see what she looks like compared to young adult or adult sims or even regular teens to see what the height difference looks like. So here is Peyton with her good friend Jaden, and as you can see, there is the height difference between two teen sims. Peyton has the mod applied and Jaden does not. So it's not a huge difference, but it's definitely noticeable and it makes it feel more realistic to me about teens being teens. I mean, they really just look like young adults in this game. When you apply the preset, it will also round out the features a little bit. So their cheeks will be a little bit fuller and they just will look a little bit more young, I guess younger than young adults do, which I really like. So these two are getting along really well. And let's see if we can have them do some interactions where they actually, let's see. Let's have them cloud gaze and see what that looks like. So this is the difference from when they're cloud gazing. You can see just a tiny bit of height difference. Oh, she's burning to death. Okay, well, let's not do that. Must be a really hot day. All right, you guys probably need to go inside. We don't need anybody dying today. But it's just, it's cute. I really like having the height difference for the Sims. It just makes sense to me. I'm not really sure why they didn't include that in the game. Right, so that's just a little bit of height difference. Oh no, all of our Sims are like burning to death. Get in the house, please, and thank you. It's too hot to be outside. Not a huge difference. I want to see if we can like hug maybe. Alright, so we'll have them hug and then maybe we'll do the give props so we can see what that looks like also.
Yanabi!
Okay, so that animation looks pretty on point to me. I don't think there's anything that you're really gonna notice that makes it feel super unnatural. Let's try share a secret. Everything just fits together nicely. It's pretty seamless. So if you're interested in giving your teams a bit of a different look, have them be just a little bit shorter than adult Sims, or maybe even just have varying heights for your teen Sims. Some are shorter, some are taller. Just makes the game a little bit more realistic, which I like. So as you can see, she's interacting with normal interactions, eating, sitting, and you can't really tell that there's a difference. So that's pretty cool. So if you guys would like to install this mod in your game, this is by Navia Sims. I have it linked in the description down below. So that is going to wrap up today's mod review. If you guys want to give these mods a try in your game, they are linked in the description down below as always. And if you enjoyed today's video, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button and tapping the notification bell so you don't miss the next mod review. And as always guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!
Under your spotlight.